Hello friends, welcome back. So we will be setting up a Linter now, and just follow this step accordingly. You can actually choose to do this now, like before maybe the day of the tax. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. All right. So these are the steps we will be following. Well, I think I go to step 6 2 times here. Let me just clean that part. Sorry. Okay, good. So we have 7 steps here now. All right. So the first thing to do is to first go to your Betty repository. Now, the Betty repository, this is the link. I think you'll get the link there in your internet. Okay. So you just click on Betty to take you to the link, or you can type this GitHub URL here. That's github.com/ubertinschool/Betty. So to take you to this your GitHub, you take you to this GitHub, Betty GitHub account here. Okay, this repository, Betty repository. And this is actually Uber School GitHub account. Remember, ALX is actually from Uber School. Oberton School rather. Okay, so let's go. So first of all, we have to clone. I think that was the first step. Yes. So we will need to first clone this repository in our terminal. You can actually choose to do this in your root terminal. You can choose to do it in your home terminal. It's up to you. So the first step, go to the Betty repository, which we've gone there now. So the next thing is to clone it to your local machine or your sandbox. So I will clone this. So I'll first copy the HTTPS of Betsy repository. So I'm going to copy this. And I'll go to my Ubuntu. Mind you, I'm actually here. I'm in my root directory. So you can choose to do it here. I think I did my here. But at the same time though, I think I can still choose to do it in your home directory. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so here I'm in my home directory. So I just want to do it here. Okay, so now first step to do is to clone. So I'll take it clone, then paste the HTTPS link, enter. So to clone the Betsy for me, so let's wait for it to clone. Please always be patient when it comes to stuff like this, whereby your terminal is loading some data. Don't input anything or be impatient to type anything to spoil the terminal. All right, so it has successfully cloned too. So let's see the next step. Okay, next step, cd into the Betty directory, which is step 3. Then step 4, install the linter with sudo. Okay, so the next step is to cd into the Betty directory. So let's do that now. Okay, now, so the next step is to cd into the Betty directory, and step 4 said we should install the linter by running this command sudo /install.sh for us to install the Betty linter. Okay, so let me first cd into my Betty directory. Let me first do the ls so you can see the directory that are inside my own directory. So I'm going to say cd Betty. So now I'm inside the Betty directory. Let's check if anything is there. Okay, we have some stuff inside. So now the next step said we should install the linter with sudo /install dot sh. Okay, as sudo /install sh. Okay, I think I get that right. Enter. Okay, to ask for your password. I am not sure it will ask for your password in your sandbox though, because the sandbox is already operating as a root owner. So unlike if you are doing it on Ubuntu. Okay, so let me put in my password in Ubuntu. Mind you, this place that is saying file exists like failed to create blah 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 file there. It's because I've already installed Betty before. I had to even delete it first just so I can do this video for you guys. So that was why it showed that stuff that's saying the files already exist. But the main point is that follow this process. Okay, so since you are doing it fresh, so it will install like that freshly, and those files will not be exited, so it will surely bring out as a new file for you. All right, so we are all set as it is written below. So let's see our next step. Next step says that create a non-empty new file called Betsy and copy this script. Okay, so now we will need to create a file called Betsy. Let me just see the into. Let me take this page up. Okay. Let me scroll up a bit just so that you won't get lost. Okay. So we have to create a file now named Betty. So there are several ways you can do it. You can choose to create the file first, or you can just go straight to editor and name the file, which is Emacs Betsy. And since they say it is non-empty, that means the file must have a content, right? So we're going to put the content there. So the content, you will surely see the content in your internet. It's actually beside the steps of how to install Betsy. Okay, you get to see the command there. So I've already copied the command down in my code blocks because I don't want to visualize my internet site, plagiarism things. I'm against that. So I chose to save it here. So I'm going to copy this, then that's what you're going to put inside the file, inside the Betty file. Okay, I have to do some adjustments now. This is because let me just quickly do this adjustment. I have to ensure it looks perfect like the way it looks here. Okay, I'm trying to look at the alignment. Hmm, what's this? Let me go to the echo, make some adjustments. Sorry. Okay, good. Okay, just make those adjustments. You can see how the E and the dollar signs align with A like this. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I just did there. So just align it well in case it looks scattered when you paste it in your VI, okay, or your Emacs. So you have to align it. So I've done that alignment. So let me check for the rest. Okay, we have the rest. So I need to align up. That is the FI. Okay, where is? Let me check. Okay, we have the echo and the exits. So I'm going to take the exit close to the alignment of where echo is. I think the rest are good to go. Let me see. If statements, okay, Betsy parts, Betsy style, Betsy doc, everything is intact. Just ensure everything looks intact the way it should look like. Okay, so I think we are good. We are good to go. Okay, I think we are good to go. So I'm using Emacs. So as usual, don't forget to leave your empty last line. So save and exit. If you are using VR, you don't need to do that last part. All right, so we have a file, Betsy. I think, yeah, that's the file here, Betsy. Let's check the contents if it's truly there. Okay, so it's truly there. So the next step to do is for us to move it to our bin. Okay, okay, no, okay, I think that's the last step. This next step is for us to change the permissions. So I have to set permission for all users. So we're going to do chmod a plus x. I believe you know what chmod a plus x means. Then the file name, which is Betsy. So I'm going to say chmod a plus x Betsy. All right, so I've made it executable for all users. That's actually what I do. You can notice here the color have even changed here. It means it's kind of like it's an executable file. Unlike this part at the top, it's what the color was white here. But now the color has changed here to green. So it's just a sign of saying you have made this file executable. So I think the last step also then move it to our bin. So our bin directory. So for us to do that, just use this quick command here. That's the sudo move Betty root bin directory. All right, so just write it exactly the way it is. So that is sudo move root directory bin. Yeah. So actually, the reason we're writing sudo, wait, I think something is missing here. Okay, sudo Betsy. I didn't write the name of the file that I'm moving empty stuff. Okay, no. So now, the reason, if you notice, like why we're writing sudo, the reason we're writing sudo, that bin directory that is in your roots parts. Okay, that bin directory is actually it limits that's a permission that only the root user can operate on. Okay, so if you're using Ubuntu, it's very necessary to use this sudo and to ask for your password. But I doubt it to ask for a password in the internet because the internet you already have access. You are like a root user in the sandbox rather, not the internet, the sandbox. Okay, so in the web term, you're actually a root user, so you don't need to be worried about this whole sudo stuff. But still write this sudo though. Okay, just still write it. All right, so sudo move Betty to this directory. So we're going to click enter. So I believe it has moved here. Let's do ls to be sure. You can see it's no longer here. All right, so Betty file is no longer. That means I assume it is already in our root directory, in our bin directory inside the root directory. Okay, or should we check that? Okay, let's check that. So I'll just go to parents directory two times up, doing it again. I believe you know shell navigation well, but this I'm doing now, not magic. Okay, so cd bin ls. You can use pipe though. You can use pipe and use the less command or the more command, your choice. So let me quickly check if there's a bin here, alphabetical order. Betty rather, not bin. You can see we have the Betty here, so it is indeed moved inside. Okay, so we are doing well. That's what it means. Okay, let me go back down, up, up. Okay, so this is where we are. Let me just clear the screen. We don't need it. Oh, what am I doing? Clear the screen. CD dot dots. Okay, so I think we are done with these steps. Yeah. So we are done with the step. So from now on, whenever you are running your file, your C program, you have to be testing it with that Betty, something called the Betty style. Okay, so you get to understand that soon in the second tax project in C. So it has a format of writing it. All right. So I think that's it about this whole Betty stuff. So you can see we have the Betty tier now. So I hope you understand this. Now I want us to try something. I want us to try something. I want to create a C file. Let me emacs. I'll just name it any name, okay? Let me just say main.c, whatever. And I want to just let me just put a C program there. Let me put a C program, copy, paste this. Okay. So let me save and exit. So now I have a file, I have a C file here. So if I want to test it better, I'll just say Betty, then the name of the C file. Mind you, you should only test Betty when your file is saved as .c. Okay. So enter. Okay, it's telling me that there are some minor errors. So that is the point about Betty. Just for you to test the style if you are meeting up with the requirements. So no spaces at the start of a line in line 10 and 11. Let me check what is in the line 10 and 11. Let's see if we can correct what is there. Line 10 and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the printf and the return. It's just no spaces. Okay, probably let me just relax it here and see if it will still give me the error or not. So let me say Betty again, main.c. Good. Okay, so the Betty works successfully. So it's telling me that no space at the start of a line. So I have to clean those spaces that were there in the main.c. So it's telling me the line 10 and 11. So I have to come to the line to be sure of the particular place to correct the error that is there. So after running it to test the Betty style again, then it works successfully for me. And I want you to notice something. Let me go back to that file. Main.c. So in your C programs, it composes for you to write. You see this first. Sure, let me not use this, please. Let me use my code blocks. You see this stuff you are seeing here. Let me give a space. Now, this whole comment is like another style of writing multi-line comments. You have to use this format of writing. It's as if it's like a mandatory thing you have to be doing when it comes to Betsy. Okay, so what will be in here can be something that relates to the task you are doing, while this return should always be zero and success. It's just like they're forcing you to code it in a particular way. Okay, That's just the whole thing about this Betsy. They're forcing you to use a particular style of coding, of writing your codes, which is not saying this is really composed for your code to work in the real world version, because I don't need this stuff to work. I mean, to be here for my own, for these code blocks to run successful for me. But just so you get the point that you have to just focus on this style, yeah, this comment style, this format, this like this aspect you are seeing should be arranged this way. This main and this dash, it should be like that. This return should be like that. So the only thing that can change, I think the only thing that can change is this main stuff, the content that can be within this place. Okay. Then put your normal C codes. Yeah. All right. So be testing it with Betsy like that. It's quite frustrating, I know, but you get to bear with it as time goes on. All right. So that's just it about this whole Betsy concept. I hope you understand this video very well. So do have a lovely day. Good luck and great Auntie Betty for me. Bye.